Hello, very good dear subscribers, and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today we have the special monthly video reviewing my portfolio starting from €0 with you. Get ready to discover my pick in June. As always, first I would like to analyze a little about the evolution of the YouTube channel and how I see it in a couple of months. As you can see, the evolution during this last month has been negative since we grew less than I expected in the daily number of visits, and we have experienced a high decrease in daily new subscribers and visits, due to my inactivity only uploading 2 videos this month. As a result, this month we have not reached the goal of reaching 4,000 subscribers. So for this month the goal will be to reach 4,000 subscribers. Do you think we will make it? The evolution of the investment made last month has been positive, as it has grown more than 4%, but in overall the portfolio also has performed in a poor way with almost 3% downside. NextEra Energy is the worst performer this month with over 5% decrease, while the best performers is Nike with more than 6% upside during this month. Additionally, more good news is that during this month we have received 3 dividend payments. Specifically €1.22 of Texas Instruments, €1.24 from AVI and €3.53 from Morgan Stanley. That makes a total of €5.99. This month I will add a company that I don't have in my portfolio in order to increase my diversification, and in this case is one company that I am transferring from another portfolio, one tech company that during the month of April was too cheap. That is why this month I am going to only analyze one company. This company would be the well-known Meta platforms, or in the past Facebook. Let's start by checking the dividend safety. Despite it has started recently to pay dividends, we have the free cash flow payout ratio of 2024 and 2025 that are below 10%, so a ratio below 25%, and indicating that continues reinvesting the money into the AI and other investments like the purchases of new companies. Although we don't have a clear history to assume the dividend growth in the future, the company announces an increase of 5% for this year. So despite not being a huge increase that some investors were expecting, this is not bad news, because the increase is over the inflation rate and allocates the free cash flow in company growth. Regarding dividend yield, currently Meta is close to the all-time lows and went below the average of the last year dividend yield value around 0.37%. However, I made the purchase in April when the dividend yield was close to the highs. Continuing with the evolution of the revenue and earnings, this one has been so positive during the last few years, growing at around 20% compound annual growth rate since 2018. Now, if we look at the evolution of free cash flow over the last 5 years, it is also as good as I am expecting in one company, despite last year's decline due to more outflow of cash and capex. Additionally, looking at free cash flow yield, actually has returned below its 5-year average from 4.3% to almost 3%. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I want to make investments in companies that make buybacks. In this case, Meta has a clear buyback program since 2020, reducing them by around 2.35% since then, and it is to be mentioned that during 2025 they spent around $45 billion in buybacks, so almost 85% of their free cash flow. The price/earnings ratio is a good indicator to check whether a company is undervalued or overvalued, in addition to a fair value analysis. Meta is below the 5-year average price-to-earnings ratio, but still being around 30, so it is necessary that the company grows at a very good pace. Moving on to shareholder yield, here with 2.35% yield and above to the 5-year median, and indicates that Meta is more active in regarding shareholders through buybacks, dividends or total debt reductions. Additionally, looking at the financial health, currently Meta, it has negative net debt, meaning that with cash and cash equivalents, it can cover its total debt and still have almost 30% of a year's worth of free cash flow left over. Once most of the important metrics have been analyzed, then this month we enter the Inetractive Broker and carry out the operation, looking for the Meta ticker. Remember that I will always try to make a purchase in order to have a commission less than 1%, and here in Interactive the commissions are 35 cents per trade. During the month of April I made one Meta trade at $540. So, I invested in one share, representing a total investment of almost $540 and a commission of 35 cents, which means a commission of 0.1%. With this broker, we're reducing the commission slightly, and in the long run, we'll see the difference. Well, we go on to write down the purchases made in our Google spreadsheet. So I put the date on which I made each purchase, Meta's ticker, and finally I need to look at the euro to US dollar exchange rate because its price is in dollars and I want to reference my investment in my local currency. As you can see, it gives me a total of €477.41 adding the 31 cents fee. Now let's move to the position sheet and placing the ticker in the first column. It automatically adds the number of shares and the average price per share. We add the technology sector reference in the column, and as you can see we have more than 20% upside in only a month. Additionally, this investment will allow us to reinvest 0.00 shares annually via dividends because of its current low dividend yield. As we are already in the month of June, I will move on to the monthly value sheet, and in the month of June 2025 we will write the €17,654.30 that our investments are worth in the market. This month the portfolio made a downside of 2.47%, which is less than the 6.15% that S&P 500 has obtained in the same time period. So this month we underperformed the market again. This has been all for today, dear investors. A pleasure, as always, to receive your great support. Remember that these videos are not investment recommendations and it is necessary for each of you to do your own analysis and consult a financial expert if necessary. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and activate the bell so you don't miss any of my interesting videos. Thank you for watching the video, and tell me through the comments what you think my portfolio will look like next month. Until next time,